Jeremiah chapter 31. Jeremiah chapter 31. And we're down in let's see, plant among the mountains, the plant. Okay. We talked about verse 5 last week, planting vines on the mountains and eating them as common things. Remember, there was God in Leviticus told them that they if they planted a fruit tree, they were to wait a certain number of years before they ate the fruit, and then a couple more years to where the fruit became unsanctified. Okay, and common things. So they plant vines upon the mountains of Samaria. Remember, eventually Samaria and Israel. Samaria is the northern 10 tribes, which were captured by the Assyrian Empire, but Samaria and Jerusalem, Judah, would be reunited, and when Israel, the whole nation of Israel, comes back, they can plant fruit, and they are doing that today. They are planting crops in Israel today on the mountains of Samaria. Okay? So, and for there shall be a day that, in verse 6, that the watchman upon Mount Ephraim shall cry, Arise ye, and let us go up to Zion unto the Lord our God. Okay? And again, remember, Ephraim was one of the sons of Joseph. Okay, we have Ephraim and Manasseh, two sons of Joseph. Okay, those two sons got land in Israel. They got an allotment of land. It was on the east side of the Jordan River. And again, when everyone's back together, okay, the watchman of Ephraim would be, or Mount Ephraim, okay, they're the ones that anybody coming from the east, like Iran, Iraq, all those guys over there, Babylon, all those guys over there that are doing stuff today, the watchmen on Mount Ephraim, they're going to be the ones that are sounding the alarm. Okay? Again, the nation back together. Sound the alarm, and they're crying, Arise ye, let us go up to Zion unto the mount, unto the Lord our God. Verse 7, For thus saith the Lord, Sing with gladness for Jacob. Okay? This is all good news. This is when Israel comes back to the land after the captivity, and when the nation, 1948, when the nation of Israel is reformed there on their land, the Palestinians can't say anything because it was Israel's land to begin with. Okay? And even, let's see, David purchased some land there. Okay? Where, let's see, I gotta remember, David bought the land where the temple was supposed to be. He bought it in Jerusalem, if I remember right. That was 20 years ago when I was going through, the Kings and stuff like that. Can anybody remember that? Any of you guys that were here 20 years ago when I was going through that?
Yep.
Yeah. But he bought that piece of land. Sing, okay. For thus saith the Lord, Sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout. Okay. This is cheering. They're going back to the land. They're happy. Judgment is over. Sing with gladness. Shout among the chief of the nations. Publish ye. Put it out there. Write books about it. Praise ye, and say, O Lord, save thy people, the remnant of Israel. Remember, during the captivity, 2/3 of the nation were lost through the sword, pestilence, and scattered abroad. Okay? So now they're bringing them back together. Say the remnant, there's always a remnant in Israel, always. Even after, the Holocaust and World War II, there's a remnant of people from Israel. There's a remnant of Israel. Behold, I will bring them from the north country. The north country kind of refers to Babylon. It is sort of northeast. It's up there. You have to get your atlas out and look at it. Your paper atlas, rather than or your phone. Don't look it up on your phone. Find a globe. Find a globe or a paper atlas. Look it up there. Behold, I will bring them from the north country, restore them after the captivity, and gather them from the coasts of the earth. Okay, remember now. We think today, the earth is the whole globe, okay, and the world is the whole globe. But in those days, in the days of Israel, the world was the area around the Mediterranean Sea. And all that area of the world was the world. And that's the coasts of the earth. Right? Because whoever wasn't killed during the captivity or taken captive, they were scattered abroad all over, if you will, the world at the time. They could have gone, there would probably be Jewish people, as far west as the Atlantic Ocean off of Gibraltar, out there. But they were, so gather them from the coasts, and with them the blind and the lame. It's everybody here. Okay? It's not just the folks that are in good health. Okay, it's those of us that can't see out of blind in one eye, can't see out the other. That's kind of me these days. Had to go see the eye doctor there, and that's pretty much it. You're all blurry now. But the blind, the lame, okay, handicapped, and everybody, the woman with child, and her, the mothers, the dads, and woman with child, and her that travaileth with child together. Okay, those are the ones with the unborn kids. Her that travaileth, those are the ones with the unborn kids. And a great company shall return thither. A great company. And, that's huge. A lot of people. They shall come with weeping. Oh, they're coming with weeping? No, this is. Has there ever been a time in your life when something there's been some joyous something happening in your life that you're actually crying, from just happiness? Yeah. And that's the idea. They're coming with joy and crying with happiness. They're so happy that, besides laughing and singing and dancing, all that. Remember up there in verse 4, shall go forth adorned with tabrets, small drums, go forth with the dances of them that make merry. There are sad dances and there are happy dances, and there's happy weeping. And with supplications, prayers, will I lead them. And I here is God. Come with supplications, will I, God, lead them. God is leading his people back. And with their prayers, I will cause them to walk by the rivers of waters in a straight way. Okay? Okay? You're going, instead of what you've been doing, walking crooked path, okay? Walking in a straight line. Going straight all the way there, wherein they shall not stumble. Now, of course, I have, all of us, as we get old, we get, wobbly on our feet, right? And when I was up at the fairgrounds there during the fair, I noticed, walking around, some of the walkways there on the fairgrounds, and even some of the sidewalks downtown, they are uneven. Okay, they've got trees pushing up stuff, and they're uneven. And I was if somebody saw me walking some of those sidewalks down at the fairground or downtown, walking on uneven ground, you'd think I'd been drinking too much. But I haven't. It's just, as we get, anyway, wherein they shall not stumble. Well, I'm having little, and some of us, having little difficulties walking around, trying not to stumble, and I, these days, I would have a very hard time passing a field sobriety test, where you got to walk with one foot in front of the other, or stand on one leg. I would have a tough time with, whoa. Okay.
Keep trying, Art.
I
want to see this.
Yeah. Somebody have to be there to catch me. Okay. But that's that's kind of the picture here. Walk by the rivers of waters in a straight way, wherein they shall not stumble. Okay, that's kind of similar picture. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn. Okay, remember again, Ephraim, son of Joseph. Okay, and so hey, God is our Father. Verse 10, hear ye the word of the Lord, O ye nations. Now, God is speaking to all of those nations. Remember, when the Babylonian Empire came in and took over, there were a whole bunch of nations that were friendly with Israel, with Judah and Jerusalem. Okay? They were friends, and God said, those nations are going to disappear. Right? All those oddball nations around there, they're going to disappear. They're going to be assimilated from, was it Star Trek, right? Being assimilated by the Borg, right? Yeah. I don't know how I happened to think of that one, but anyway, all the nations, okay? Hear the word of the Lord and declare it in the isles afar off. Again, those isles out in the Mediterranean, and say, He that scattered Israel will gather him, Israel, and keep him as a shepherd doth his flock. Oh, a shepherd. Who do you suppose our shepherd is? Jesus, right? And yeah. God scattered Israel, and he's gathering them and keeping them as a shepherd doth his flock. Okay? He is, from the news that we hear daily, and this all the political news, we don't know what's true or what's false with all the political news these days. And the same thing goes with what's going on in Israel today. Okay? So, for the Lord hath redeemed his Jacob and ransomed him from the hand of him that was stronger than he. Okay? God is in control of what is going on in Israel today. He is leading his remnant, okay? And you know, no matter what the Palestinians say, it's not their land. God did not give that land to them. Okay? Actually, the decision makers after World War I, they are the ones that constructed, if I remember my history right, they are the ones that constructed Palestine. They're the ones that put them back there. Okay. Okay. The Lord hath redeemed Jacob, brought him back, ransomed him. Okay. Paid the ransom. You know, like, okay, Israel's been, or Jerusalem, Judah. They've been kidnapped, if you will, by the Babylonian Empire. Okay. God paid the ransom, and they are returned from the hand of him that was stronger than he. Okay, this was Nebuchadnezzar, stronger than Jacob. Okay, and bought back, redeemed, and ransomed. Therefore, they shall come and sing in the height of Zion. Okay, that's Zion also refers to Jerusalem. Okay, and the temple there in Jerusalem. The height of Zion would be where the temple, and the temple is going to be rebuilt there. Like I said, one of those stray missiles from Iran or Iraq is going to land over there and destroy the Dome of the Rock. That nice big Muslim dome, gold, you know, with the gold around it. Yeah. That would be something that would, you know, and if that did happen, oh, they're going to blame it on Israel, you know. Oh, they're going to come out with no, they're going to find out that it was a Russian missile supplied to Iran that came over and destroyed the Dome of the Rock.
I actually believe that.
Yeah,
That's how it would be.
that's how it would be.
We don't know for sure, but that makes sense.
It does, yeah, doesn't it? Sure does. Redeemed, okay. Therefore they shall come and sing in the height of Zion, back where the temple is going to be, and shall flow together to the goodness of the Lord for wheat and for wine and for oil and for the young. Okay, this is prosperity here. Okay, wheat, wine. This is what's going on in Israel today. Israel today is supplying, you know, whatever they can squawk about over there. Israel is supplying a lot of the food for the people in the region. Really, they are. For the young of the flock and of the herd, and their soul shall be as a watered garden. Okay, growing, you know, nicely. I had a portion of my lawn that was, you know, because of climate change and global warming and the drought that we're going through, you know, all of that was dying out, and I put sprinkler. It's just a little section of my lawn up there that was kind of in the corner that gets forgotten, and I literally drowned that plot of land, that little section of the lawn. You know, I ran the sprinklers on it for like a day, you know, and now it's the grass is coming up and it's nice and green. Okay, that's same picture here. You know, stuff that's happening with me today. Okay, I've got green grass growing in that dead plot. Okay, that flow together to the goodness for wheat, for wine, for oil, and for the young of the flock and of the herd. Okay, pasture ground, and their soul shall be as a watered garden, and they shall not sorrow any more at all. Okay, so Yeah, no more crying, dancing, singing, okay?